Hello everyone! If you don't know my name by now, then you haven't been paying attention because I'm Ryan Matlock, Welcome to Fantastic Fridays, the show where we learn words because holidays tell us to. Or at least we did last week because it was Learn a Word Day. But this week is different. Today is October 23rd, and today is TV Talk Show Host Day. This is a day to pay tribute to the people who make us laugh, the people who make us cry, and the people who sometimes make us want to throw our remote through the TV screen. I'm so disappointed. Why? My favorite talk show host expressed an opinion contrary to my own. I thought we were kindred spirits. Anyways, there are all kinds of talk show hosts to pay tribute to. There are evening talk shows like Jimmy Fallon that are hilarious, afternoon talk show hosts like Ellen that do hilarious things, and morning talk show hosts that are hilarious because somehow they're able to function at that hour in the morning. There's something wrong with that. Personally, I want to see a morning talk show where the hosts are not cheery. Hello, Indianapolis. I hate my job and the fact that I have to get up at 3 in the morning in order to prepare for the show. But enough about me. Let's move on to John with sports. John? You do you, John. You do you. Fun fact, I made a video all about that like 2 years ago on my old channel. You can watch it if you want. But anyway, to celebrate this holiday, you can watch your favorite talk shows. Or if you don't watch any talk shows, I'm going to make a parody of a talk show for you right now. Let's go. Good morning, everyone. Or is it afternoon? Night. Chris, when are they watching this? Oh, today we have so many fun things to talk about. The first of which is actually the new Star Wars trailer. The new Star Wars trailer is the best thing since sliced bread, which I'll actually talk about sliced bread later in the show, but for now, it's really cool because it's probably the best type of trailer there is. It's the type that gets you super pumped for the movie, makes you want to go see it now, but still tells you nothing about it. It's a weird kind of conflict. It's like, yay, I'm so excited for this movie. Why are you excited for this movie? I have no idea. Yeah, we saw that Leia was in this movie. It's really awesome because a lot of people were kind of surprised that Leia was going to be in this movie. They saw Luke and Han Solo, but they were really excited when it was confirmed that Leia is going to be in the movie. But really, I knew that she was going to be in the movie ever since Disney announced that they were making the 7th Star Wars. I mean, who's going to turn down the chance to make Leia a Disney princess? But I'm excited. A lot of people dislike the most recent installments of Star Wars 1 through 3, and the reason that they dislike them is because they're about 1/4 really cool action and fun, and about 3/4 Jedi Council scenes and politics that leads up to the final battle. But this movie looks really cool. I'm just hoping that they don't mess it up for me. I want it to be like 4 through 6, but just with better special effects. Seriously, Obi-Wan turns down, I think, a tire pressure gauge in the 4th movie, and that was just weird. Hopefully the effects are much better and futuristic-y in the 7th movie. And speaking of the future, we're actually in the future, guys. Actually, this past Wednesday was Back to the Future Day, the day where in Back to the Future, Marty McFly, the day that he arrives here. However, there's a couple problems because the Cubs haven't won the World Series yet, and also the fact that I don't have a hoverboard yet. I noticed there weren't really that many laughs with that last joke because, everyone on Facebook has made it. But here's the thing, I don't really even want a hoverboard. I don't need a hoverboard, I don't need hydrated pizza or whatever there was in that movie. I just want the things that we have right now to not exist. Is everyone with me on this? Because it's like instead of a hoverboard, we got whatever this thing is, like the rollerboard thing that looks like a Segway lost the top part of itself. I seriously still don't get what that is. But now we're gonna move on to the next segment of the show, which I don't have a cool transition into, so we're just gonna go into it. The way this works is you send in your tweets with the hashtag #StoryFromWork, and I read them, and we see what kind of stories we have, and I tell a story myself. Unfortunately, since this is the first episode of this TV show, I don't have those tweets. So you guys get to listen to my story and my story alone. Let's go! One day while at work, I was working in the dining room, and what that means is that you wait on tables and you clean the tables. That's what you do. Finished cleaning off all the tables, so I started waiting on tables, started making sure everyone was taken care of, had their drinks refilled, all sorts of stuff like that. And this particular table had 2 men sitting at it. Both men were not very conversational types. If I asked them if they needed anything or if I could get such and such for them, then they'd be like, yeah. That's what it was like. So I make sure they're all taken care of and I get their refills on their drinks, bring them back, and when I bring them back, suddenly things have changed. I don't know what it was, but now they're really conversational. One guy in particular asks my name. I say, "Hi, I'm Ryan. Nice to meet you, sir." Shaking of the hand, and then he starts asking some more questions. He asks me how old I am. So now we're going into sort of personal territory, but I don't mind. I'm just gonna say, my age is 18, sir. I didn't say it like a pompous idiot. I said, I'm 18, sir. So now that he knows that I'm 18, apparently that means something to him, that I should have a girlfriend. Because the thing that he asked next, and he was sort of mumbling so I didn't catch it, he either asked, have you ever had a girlfriend? How many girlfriends have you had? Or how many girlfriends do you have? This was kind of weird because if it's the third one, that's kind of messed up. Who has multiple girlfriends, especially at the age of 18? I just reply saying, I've never had a girlfriend, sir. Because I haven't. Now this answer kind of drives him crazy. He can't actually believe that I'm telling the truth. He's like, you never had a girlfriend? You seriously? Never? No. Really? You need to get a girlfriend, man. Now I've had this situation before. One time at camp, one of my peers told me that I should have had a girlfriend by the age of like 13 because that guy had like 3 so far. But I don't worry about that. Not a problem. But this guy goes farther than that. He actually takes it upon himself to get me a girlfriend. He turns to the table behind him and looks at 2 girls who are about my age and are on like a best friends forever date together. And they're just chatting, they're having like fun girl conversation until he talks to them. He says, girl, you single? Just like that. And the girl, she's kind of freaked out because she's not like me. She doesn't share this personal information with strangers on a regular basis, like I apparently do. She turns to him, she's kind of like, yeah, I'm single. I'm gonna just go back to my conversation. He continues. He doesn't get the point that she's like kind of trying to avoid him. He goes, come on over here and meet my pal Ryan. And this girl, she's really freaked out. And like, we're both trying to not make eye contact because it's like, this is awkward. And so I kind of excuse myself because I want to get out of this situation as fast as possible. Finally, 5 minutes later, 2 men leave, and I'm faced with these 2 girls, and so I go over and I'm like getting their trays cleared and their drinks, and as I'm doing this, I'm trying not to mention the events of the past 5 minutes at all. So I get them their tray, get them their drink, and we're both just kind of having this pact. We are not going to talk about this. And then eventually I'm just kind of like, I'm so sorry for his behavior. I don't know why. I'm sorry that was really awkward. And she's like, yeah, it was. But there you have it. The reason I'm still single. Because my customers try to get me together with other customers. Now to finish up the show on a very happy note, we're going to go to another segment which I'd like to call OCD, or overanalyzing commonly discussed things. Now earlier I talked about how I'm going to be talking about sliced bread later in the show. Later is now. You know how people say that things are the best thing since sliced bread? This ice cream is the best thing since sliced bread. This jam is the best thing since sliced bread. This camera phone thing is the best thing since sliced bread. People say it a lot. The thing is, the point you're trying to make is that the best thing, like a cool invention that someone thought of, was sliced bread. And this is the best thing since that. But the problem is, if this is the best thing since that, then wouldn't the next thing that's the best thing since whatever be the best thing since the thing that you're referencing? Let me explain. If my bow tie is the best thing since sliced bread, then the next thing I see that's the best thing since sliced bread, say ice cream, should be the best thing since bow ties. Maybe it's just the fact that the next best thing is actually worse than the last best thing you thought of. This ice cream, it's really good. I wouldn't say it's as good as a bow tie, but definitely better than sliced bread. Maybe it's just the fact that sliced bread isn't that impressive. Essentially, we're saying, this is the best thing since the thing that's worse than everything else. I'll let you ponder that phrase when you're trying to get to sleep tonight in the wee hours of the morning, and as for me, I'm going to say good morning, afternoon, or night, whatever time you are watching this, let it apply to you. Goodbye. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what a talk show would be like if I hosted it. I might make another one in the future, if you guys liked it. If you hated it, let me know in the comments. But remember, to celebrate this holiday, you can go on YouTube and watch different talk show clips from our favorite talk show hosts that are just amazing, like Ellen or Jimmy Fallon or whatever. I really like those two. They're funny. Stay classy. Every day is a holiday, so spread some cheer and let them hear about how we're hating and celebrating how all these weird, funny holidays are.